what we will be discussing today is curbing the menace of domestic violence in our homes. Curbing the menace of domestic violence in our homes.
Domestic violence.
One of the phrases I grew up with to cherish was, and they lived happily ever after, which was used to indicate that a couple lives together in peace for the rest of their lives after they got married. It gave us, with the young ones then, such delight, and we looked forward to having that same experience. Also, the marriages we used to read about and see of it gave the couples and them a sense of comfort, protection, and love. And we all looked forward to having such. However, recent events are starting to prove otherwise. What could be wrong? And I mean, what went wrong along the way? Where did we get it wrong? You agree with me that the situation, I mean, the institution of marriage remains good even for some who are lucky or decided to make it work. But for others, it's like sitting on a keg of gunpowder. It's not funny to see what is supposed to nourish life ends up depleting it, either through damaging words or outright physical assault.
BJ, you'll agree with me that happenings in our various homes will force us to ask these questions. Is marriage not supposed to be a union of two people who seek for ways to love each other?
Mhm.
Now, how did the love between couples become so sour to the extent that it's taken the lives of many? Now, the news of domestic violence we are constantly bombarded with baffles me, and I believe it baffles our listeners as well.
Of
And you will
course.
agree with me that those are the ones that newspapers and social media expose. And what about those suffering even in silence? Now, with the quality of education and exposure now available, one would think it is only illiterates that have such experiences, but the demise of gospel singer that was few years back, Osinachi Nwachukwu, is an indication that it is not only limited to any particular set of people.
Yes, domestic violence is not endured under any guise. It's an anomaly, and even though women are and cases of men going through same have also surfaced online. It's actually disheartening that society shames the victims of such dastardly abuse while exonerating the real culprits. The way people canvass certain reasons to try to justify such bestial acts beats me. Now, the victims are usually told things like, you should be humble enough to calm him down, and you ought to know his limits, so you should know when to stop talking. Imagine, domestic violence is not something to be handled with levity. People at the receiving end of such battery should be allowed to make choices that guarantee of culture or religion.
That's all we make me to ask if culture and religion are helping the situation or further expose the victims to more abuse. Now, relevant stakeholders should give it the same attention given to other criminals. When a crime is not quickly punished, people feel it is safe to continue doing wrong. Now, domestic violence is not right. You will agree with me, but many of us are granting it approval through our actions. Now, domestic
Very sad.
violence is not normal, and we as a people need to act decisively, fast, so that the younger generation don't see it as a
Being
normal
normal.
thing. Marriage, we all believe, is honorable, but there is nothing notable about saying or staying in a life-threatening situation.
Yes, there's nothing noble about staying in a life-threatening situation.
Because when life is lost, then what's the essence of the
What is
marriage?
the essence? That's why they're saying that so that the young generation will don't think it's a normal thing. Because some people who maybe assault their wives or their husbands is because of what they passed through, in their own homes before they got married. Maybe their parents were beating each other, or saying some vulgar words, to each other. So it's what they feel is normal. And then when they get married, they do the same thing.
Even some parents, let's say parents of the bride, they are of the opinion that no matter what happens in the marriage, just stay there. No matter what you're passing through in the marriage, just stay there. Just stay there. Even when the bride, or let's say the wife in question, is even trying to explain the negative
Yes,
and the
what's happening?
so bad
Yes.
experiences is facing in the marriage, the mother, or let's say the family, our family, so to say, will say, just remain there. Just remain there. No matter what, remain there. Even when she's about to even say the things that she's
They won't
passing
even
through,
want to
just remain
listen.
there. You
You
don't
know,
want to hear,
there are
just remain
some
there.
religious institutions also that maybe you get to them and tell them, oh, this is what I'm passing through, and they say, you love is, you are one. Just stay with each other. Don't
Just
worry, God, though,
endure.
God would, take care of everything. Everything will be all right. Maybe it was your fault, anyways. Maybe you were the one that was not even respecting your husband enough, or you were the one that was not listening to your husband, or you're arguing with your husband, and so maybe that was why it happened. So you to just change your ways.
You know,
Imagine.
in this Western part, there is a Yoruba word that is being used when such things are happening. What they tell women who are abused in their marriage. The word is ma for it.
No, for it, until the person
Endure,
dies. For
endure,
it, no, no.
endure.
No. The painful thing, just as you have mentioned, is that some would even tell their parents, maybe a mom or a dad, and say, "Ah, mommy, this is what I'm passing through. This man is dealing with me seriously, or this woman is not making life easy for me. It's, even beating me. Some people will even shocked, your wife is beating you.
How possible can that be?
You big man like you, it's not possible. And then the lady, so the parents might be like, this person is taking care of us, so
Can't afford to lose
they
him.
can't afford to lose this,
He's like the breadwinner of our family.
and so they just continue endure. Everything will be all right. I mean, you want all this enjoyment to end, so it's actually very, very disheartening.
And at many times when you see husbands who maltreat, or let me say who abuse their wives, they actually look very calm and very simple
I'm
out there.
telling you.
And the wife's family will find it very difficult to believe because no, he looks so gentle. He can never, in fact, the way he is, he can never even harm an ant.
It can, yes, so it can't even
How
kill a
can
cockroach.
even in religious places,
Mm.
even religious leaders who engage in these things, but it will be very difficult for the society even to believe in all of this. But it is the wife, the bride in question, that is being abused,
Yes.
that actually knows what she's passing through, even in that marriage. And this thing is going, and if you look at it, it has actually cut short many lives,
It has
especially
got so
women.
many lives.
Women. Now, there are countless of ones that even the social media or the news cannot even bring out. But those who are dying in silence, those who are dying every day, and after the death of such person, they may just tag it as she just slept and she didn't wake.
Yes.
She had been, and that's when they will not say, oh, probably she had been nursing something inside of her that she didn't voice out. Whereas she had been
Yes.
saying these things. She had been saying people like things, and people are not paying close attention to all of this.
Now, that is why, victims of, such, violence should, at times it's the fault of people, of these victims, because they start thinking, or they start assuming, if I speak up, when they start thinking that my family is, disjointed, no, things are not working, and then they start to look down on this marriage. Let me just keep quiet and not say anything. Or somebody will say, oh, I love my husband, I'll just try to endure. Oh, maybe because of my children, let me just try to hold on. Because people will tell you that nobody can take care of your children like we would, and so they feel, let me just keep enduring. But the fact is, you have to speak out. You have to let people know what you're passing through. All right. That's why we have some agencies that you can meet, some NGOs that you can speak with. You call them, let them know what you're passing through, and they will come through for you. They'll come through for you. There are some authorities, some, government authorities that can actually help you out. So don't face this alone. Whatever you're passing through, either you're a man or a woman, because some people don't even think that men,
Men as well have
you
been
know,
abused.
yes. So either
A
you're a
whole lot
man or
of men
you're a
have been
woman,
abused even
you
in their
should
lives.
speak. Or yes, you should speak.
And I think parents as well. If you go to social media and you will see some vox pop being conducted, some
Yes.
content creators, they will see young ladies, students, young adults, and they'll be asked, okay, between this person and this person, somebody who has money but is very arrogant,
Or
and
somebody
somebody who
who's
doesn't have money but is very
very
cool, calm,
humble.
educated, and somebody who is good to be with. You will see young ladies even saying it that they don't care. So far he has money, they don't mind what they are going to see even in the relationship or in the marriage. So most of these things, parents should learn to tell their children that it is not about what you stand to enjoy at the start. At the
Yes,
start.
yes.
At the start, okay, it's buying you a mobile phone. Okay, it's taking care of your basic needs. Some parents will just say, so far it's taking care of your basic needs. Automatically, there's no going back to it. Just stick to it and just continue. Even at a young age, you can imagine a 100 level student in the university, a female, and telling the mom that okay, I have a friend, like okay, this is my boyfriend, so to say. and is taking care of little things which
Little
I need.
things.
And some parents just say, oh, in fact, that has taken the
Some
responsibility, financial responsibility off their neck. So
they are not
this,
even thinking of the consequences.
not thinking of the consequences. Theirs is just that at least if that financial responsibility is off their neck, at least they are good to go.
Now, there are some men also who assault their wives, and then of course by the time they get arrested, what the excuse is, it's not my fault. It was how I was brought up. Oh, my father used to beat my mom and everything, so I felt it was normal. But the thing is, just like a musician sang that Mama at Baba wanted here, no, on like it's so
Yes.
even if your parents are like that, which is not your fault, doesn't mean you should also imbibe such,
the
I mean,
video.
yes, and say, okay, well, that's an excuse. It's not an excuse. So, and anyone who is being caught or arrested for, you know, causing assault or dealing with anybody in their family, or like you're abusing people in your family, if you're arrested, you will be dealt with massively.
Okay, let's open the studio lines so that our listeners this morning can as well probably give advice, especially to people who have been abused in their marriage or in their relationship. When people die in silence.
Yes.
So maybe there are advice that our listeners can give out to people or suggestions on how to come out of these situations. Our studio lines this morning 0803 437 9453 and 0815 032 0226.
Yes, what are the expect? What do we really expect from religious institutions? What do we really expect from parents, from family? All right, what do we really expect from them? Because some are, doing what they're not supposed to do or say what they're not supposed to say, and it actually causes more harm than good. And so, what should the family really be doing to support a victim? What should religious institutions be doing to support a victim? Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Very good. The gentleman there.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Now, your analysis nearly forced me to ask if you live in Nigeria. Nearly forced me to ask that question. I believe you are the two of you are Nigerians, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You live in Nigeria?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Are you aware that a religion actually encourages women battery? Are you aware?
No, sir.
Okay. If one mentions name now, there may be uproar.
No, we don't mention them.
Thank you, sir. Now, religion is whatever you do, you have to take notice of the religious bent or the religious coloration of virtually every issue in Nigeria. Nigerians are very religious.
Very, very.
And where a religion permits the man to beat his wife, yes, that is the reality. There is a particular religion that permits a husband to beat a wife, a husband to beat his wife. And where that continues to be, the victims you are mentioning in your analysis, the number will continue to grow daily. The number will continue to grow daily. However, as you have said, there are also instances of women too beating the men.
Yes.
Yes, it is real. It is real. Some men are effeminate in nature. Effeminate men, and they get beaten by their wives. Now, you said they should go to NGOs, right?
Or government agencies.
Government agencies in Nigeria. Now, the woman you are advising to go there is afraid of so many things. Is afraid of her environment. You took your husband to this. I believe you have been speaking Yoruba there. So, all sorts of tenable and untenable. This is Nigeria. Good morning, Comrade Adebanjo. I call from Ota.
Comrade, thank you so
contribution,
much for
Comrade.
calling. I mean, he just heard what Comrade said, which is actually true. That some, religious organizations, they permitted for a man to beat the
Is it
wife.
the permit or they don't say anything wrong?
They don't. Yeah, That is. It's the same thing. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Emmanuel. I'm going to be here.
Good
Thank you for
morning,
joining
sir.
us, sir.
I am Sullivan, calling from Sharon.
Great to have you, sir.
My conclusion this morning is very simple. Heaven, a lot of these things that we out are not really new. From time immemorial, it's been the structure of society that the husband has some measure of control over the wife. And once you have take the right price and you have imposed what the woman and put that point, then you have almost power of I don't want to use that like so strong. I wanted to say power that right there, but that is too strong. But you have such a measure of control over that woman. Then that if she is this, you can pick her. It used to be our motto. But with advancement, with modernization and Western culture, we now begin to say that our religion, some religion makes it immoral to beat your wife. Maybe some religions encourage it or support it, but some religions also make it indecent and immoral to beat your wife.
Mm.
Well, my view is that this question of beating or whatever, either the man beating the woman or the woman beating the man, is likely to continue for a long time.
Mm.
With education, it might reduce, but with emotional, with the kind of things that people are going through now, and so many emotional disturbances, some things will continue, but we continue to preach. And I feel that it is not good either for the man to beat the man or the woman to beat the man. We continue to advise that it is not good and we should eschew it, we should avoid it. That's what I want. That's what I want. We continue to advise people to do it. However, from the angle you took this morning, that you are saying that, well, it is better for the woman to leave instead of endanger her own life. Well,
Exactly.
that has been the cause of divorce in the past. One of the major causes of divorce, even in our culture, that was starting memorial. The violence in the home. There are other causes, but violence in the home has always been, I can quote examples of even our grandparents that I knew that with violence, domestic violence was the cause of divorce. So I think we continue to advise people to try to avoid domestic violence. And I try to stay together for as long as possible, as is practicable.
Okay, thank you very much, Adasimi Bawo.
Instead of Christmas life, they'll better separate.
Mm.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, correct, sir. Thank you so
Because
much.
of our time, we take just one more call and also take comments for those who are watching us live on Facebook and on YouTube at Open Radio. Just one more call before they draw the curtain on this.
But
edition of
the
On
thing
Point.
that people also need to know is that when we talk about violence, when we talk about abuse, it's not just
Physical
physical
abuse.
even verbal. Some people can say so many terrible
Nasty
words.
things that could even be
Terrible
worse than even the physical assault. Yes, in
Yes,
1 minute,
good
sir.
morning. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. We really want to appreciate all those who have called and those who have been part of the program. This has been Morning Flight, and we want to say thank you as Chris Obo, Yinka, or Conley, and also the ICT woman for like a show it on the sound manager, the summer of Layer. It's been a Yamasi Shodipa production. I am Bolaji and saying, have a beautiful weekend.
And I'm Emmanuel Adebanjo. Please stay off domestic violence or anything that could
Yes,
bring,
you have domestic
that
violence.
could
Yes,
raise
either
up in
physical
society.
or mentally in any way.
And do have a beautiful weekend.